This is Dave with DRH Acrylic Creations. Today's pillow paint is Glint Essentials in Eggshell, and our pouring medium is Vaspar Ultra and Varathane Polyurethane Triple Thick, 3-to-1 ratio. Our colors are listed here, but they'll also be down in the description below. The cell activators are Titanium White and Bone Black, mixed 3-to-1 with Australian floetrol. Pillow paint is going down now. This is a Cradle Board that is something that I put together for myself. I will be doing a video of how I do that sometime here in the near future. I'll go into my DIY category. Okay, pillow paint is down. I'm going to spread it out a little bit. Make sure I get my sides covered. Make sure I get my entire board covered. I think we're covered. I'm checking the consistency on my next paint that I'm putting down. This is looking like it might be just a bit thick, but this is Black Umber, and it's a Sonja paint. I will put her link down in the description. I'm going to put this down in a large circle, not in my normal way, and the point with this and what I'm trying to achieve is I want to have a dark background with the pillow paint, the white in the pillow paint, to create an outline around the bloom. That's the plan, at least. So I'm putting on a large swath in a circle formation there around the middle of this. Okay, because I've got a little bit left in the container. Just trying to make sure I get as much coverage as possible. Our next color is Quinacridone Magenta. This is a golden paint. And the thing I like about the golden lines of paints is they are very detailed as far as the weights of the pigments, and they are true. Almost every time every time I use a golden paint, I know that it's going to be the same color across the years. So I'm trying to get a nice size of a puddle there in the middle. This next color looks like magenta, but it's actually called Twilight. This is a TLP color and has a lot of shimmer and an undertone of gold. Our next color is another TLP color. It is Ore. This is a very, very shiny gold color. This color is Knockoff Iridescent Shimmer by Pourage Posse. I'm going to leave a link down below of all the paints I'm using. And this is Golden Peach, and it's a TLP color. The Golden Peach is a pinky gold color. And our next color is Ball Gown, which is an interference gold color. You see it going down, it looks white, but in the light and the shift, it is a beautiful color of a gold. So next color down is the beginning of our cell activators. That's Bone Black, and on top of that is Titanium White. Yeah, let's get this thing blown out. This is where I think I made my mistake and I lost the fight here. I was going for a floating bloom with this, and because I blew so hard with the blower, I didn't maintain that white center, so that it was on the outside of the bloom, so the bloom would appear to float over the top of the black surface. I will continue to practice this. I'm not unhappy with the results of this painting, so I didn't scrape it. But let's wait until the end, and you can decide. Picked up my straw, and I'm blowing out a little bit of the uh, excess white and black cell activator to try to open it up a little bit. At this point, I decided, well, let me see if I can get some of this color to go over the top of the more of the black and maintain some of that white shadow. So I'm making decisions here. I picked up my skewer and gonna do some modifications, uh, create some interest, control the paint just a little bit. The swirls that I put in there, I'm just trying to combine the different paints and create a little bit of difference in the way that it's flowed. Now, what the point with doing modifications is to enhance. I'm just pulling some of the color out into the black. I didn't. The black umber. It's not actually a true black. It's like it's a black brown. It looks black, but it's much softer. And when I put this together, I started thinking about the color palette for it. It seemed like the black would just be too strong a color, and I'm really happy with the black umber. Giving it a spin. See how we're doing. You can see one side over there is already gone over the edge, and I've got a lot of stretching I'm going to have to do. So I decided to pick up my tool and move it over. And if you move it off center, the side that is furthest away from center, the paint will push that direction. Got some of the black umber to go over the side on the opposite side, so it was a good move to go with. Sorry about the light there. It does give me quite a bit of glare. I've said in several of my videos before this that I'm getting ready to make a move, moving back up to the Pacific Northwest. When I get up to my new studio, lighting will become my next big project that I put together. As I stretch this out, I'm getting a good idea where things are and where's my paint gonna flow to. My the amount of spill or the spin off that I've already gotten is going to get messy real quick. So I decided to pick up my tool and swipe some of that off onto a paper towel. A little bit of time there saves me a lot of time cleaning. At this point, I'm trying to decide how am I going to get the color out to the edge, especially in those corners. Did a little bit of a spinning there. I got pretty close on that corner and the forward corner to be closer to you, but the other three corners are pretty, a lot of movement that needs to happen to make that, to cover those up. My board is just really sticking. So all I'm doing now is manipulating the paint, getting closer my two corners are closer. I've got some sides that I need to deal with. I'm getting to the point where I'm having to decide what I'm going to do next, how I'm going to manage those. I'm going to manage those corners. Eventually, what I end up coming up with is I just need to put down some more of the black umber to get those corners covered up and the sides. So I think I decided to mix up just a little bit more of the black umber, and I'm going to apply it to those areas where I'm not getting the coverage. The biggest thing with this is that point is tough if you don't get the coverage, if it doesn't flow over that. So you have to get some on top of that, so when you spin it the next time, it goes all the way down. These are 1.5 inches. It's an 1.5 inch side, so it takes more paint than you think. But it's a fix we can do. Closer, you can see what I'm up to on this. It's just a matter of getting right there on that tip. And do the same thing on that tip. Quite a little bit off frame. And I think we're close. Give it a quick little spin. Get that paint that I just put on to flow down. Get an idea of what's afterwards. I'm looking to see what needs to be done. Give it a little bit more coverage down the sides. We're getting pretty close. I'm spinning back and forth, trying to give it actually both sides, both clockwise and counterclockwise. It keeps my cells a little bit more true. They don't get stretched out quite as much, as I'd like to call them. Don't quite get as wonky. I went to a color palette on this one that is a little outside my comfort zone. I'm not one to go to pinks and reds and golds, but I'm not unhappy the way this one came out. My goal was to do a floating bloom today, and I'm not really sure that I achieved that goal, but I'm really pleased with what I ended up with on the canvas. Let me know what you think. Drop that comment down in the comment section below. And if you have any questions, leave them there too. It's time for the flyover. I'm really loving the details in this one. You see the pillow paint actually has some cells in it. So it's very soft, and the lacing is something else. If you found this useful today, if you could give me a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. Smash the subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and ring the bell for notifications of future videos that I'll put out. It is my goal to put out 2 per week and provide content that is not only enjoyable, that you can use in your own work. A wonderful time putting this together today, and I hope you've enjoyed it also. Thanks for coming along today on this journey, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye now.